I guess when the ballot box becomes a black box, you realize that democracy isn't what they're selling, it's just the brand name they put on the cover-up. Hey, Canada, it's Earl.
I see you in the comments. I see thousands of you saying, Earl, it's great to have the receipts, but what do we actually do about it? Let me tell you what I do.
Like many of you, I don't just sit on this information. I make noise. I'm in the ears of my MLA, my MP, and the RCMP. I'm calling out the CBC and the rest of the mainstream media every single day for the stories they refuse to tell. I talk to people on the street with the facts they don't know. The facts the dark side spent millions to hide. Because let's be honest, everything we've shared over the past 2 weeks, this should have been known during the election. But the 2025 election wasn't about censorship, it wasn't about the secret police deals, and it wasn't about your starving bank account. It was a 35-day distract and delete mission. It was all about Trump. They used a neighbor to scare you into ignoring the predator in your own house. Last year, you went to the polls. You cast your ballot. But did you actually have an informed choice?
There is a case right now before the Supreme Court of Canada that says the answer is a resounding no. The argument is simple.
The Liberal government engineered the conditions of the 2025 election through nearly 3 years of continuous information suppression.
While you were looking at the ballots, they were busy tuning the environment. They didn't just distort the news, they actively manipulated it.
By using publicly funded communication channels to amplify their own narrative while suppressing competing political information, they created a state-manufactured imbalance.
This isn't just politics. This is an infringement on your charter rights. Meaningful political participation requires access to information. You can't choose a path if the government has hidden the road signs. Because of this engineered silence, Canadians lost a full year of economic opportunity. Why?
Because you were deprived of the data necessary to evaluate the competing visions for this country's future. In Ontario Attorney General versus Working Families Coalition 2025,
the Supreme Court already hinted at this, stating that absolute disproportionality in political discourse is constitutionally invalid.
Notice something? You haven't seen this on the evening news. The media refuses to inform you that a constitutional challenge to the validity of the 2025 election is even underway. This case is being advanced on behalf of all Canadians. The goal isn't just to win a court case, it's to ensure that future generations inherit a democracy that is resilient to state and media interference.
We are using the law of Canada to protect the future of Canada. The Supreme Court now faces a task that the election denied us: restoring informed choice. They cannot allow a government to silence alternative policy paths and then claim the people chose them by default. This isn't just about 2025. It's about whether the government is the servant of the people or the editor of the people's reality.
A government formed under manufactured conditions has no legitimacy. If the information environment was rigged, the result is illegitimate.
We are watching the dark side try to build a sovereign bunker, but the Supreme Court is the only place left where the door's still open for the truth. They're calling it a win,
but the law might just call it a nullity. The charter is the shield. The truth is the sword. Thanks for watching. Stay awake.